Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Engineering Mathematics DJ Ganit. This is lecture number 17 of group theory. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about cosets of a subgroup. So first we understand the definition of coset of a subgroup. So for that we require one group. Suppose G is a group under the binary operation denoted by star, and let H be a subgroup of G under the same binary operation. Okay, when we say that H is a subgroup of G, then it is clear that the binary operation is same in H as well as in G. Now we want to define coset of this subgroup H. So for every element of G, say A is the element of G. For every element of G, we can define coset of H, where H is a subgroup of G. Now there are two types of cosets, left coset and right coset. So suppose I want to define left coset of H in G, then it is this set having this type of elements. Here A is any element of G, and we are defining left coset of H in G corresponding to this element A. So we collect this type of elements A star H, where H is the element of subgroup H. So if we consider the set of all these type of elements, we consider binary operation for this fixed element A and every element of H, and we construct this set, and this set is called left coset of H in G corresponding to this particular element A. It is denoted by A times H, and another notation is A star H. Whatever binary operation is there, we have to use that binary operation. Suppose our binary operation is addition, then left coset will be A plus H, where H belongs to H, and that we can denote by A plus H, and this is the common notation A times H. But here A times H means we are considering the binary operation between the element A of a group and element H of a given subgroup, and whatever operation is given, that we have to apply. So remember this definition. Suppose A is an element of group G, then left coset of H in G is the set of all these type of elements A star H, where H belongs to H, and it is known as left coset of H in G. Similarly, we can define right coset also. For right coset, we will use this notation. Instead of A times H, we consider H times A, and it is defined in a similar way. We will write H star A, where H belongs to H. So this is known as right coset of H in G corresponding to this fixed element A. So for every element of a group G, we can define left and right cosets. Okay, fine. So we have written this definition here. Let H with binary operation star be a subgroup of G with binary operation star. For any element A of G, the set denoted by A into H and defined by AH equal to A star H, where H belongs to H, is called the left coset of H in G, determined by the element A belongs to G. So for every element we can determine the left coset, and this element A, which determines this left coset, is known as representative element of the left coset denoted by A into H. And this is the definition of right coset. For right coset, we will use this notation H times A, and it is given by this set containing this type of elements H star A, where H belongs to H. So we consider one example how to find out the cosets. Here we are asked to find out left cosets of this subgroup having equivalence classes generated by 0 and 2 in the group, in the modulo group. Modulo is addition modulo 4 and our group is Z4. We have discussed this modulo group in earlier lectures, so if you have not seen that lecture on the modulo group, I suggest you to watch that lecture. In that lecture we have defined this modulo group. So we just recall, for any natural number m, this set denoted by z suffix m, and these are the equivalence classes generated by 0, 1, 2 up to m minus 1. This is a group under the binary operation addition modulo m, which is defined in this way: equivalence class generated by A addition modulo m, equivalence class generated by B equal to equivalence class generated by A plus B modulo m. Now this A plus B modulo m is the remainder when A plus B is divided by m, and this binary operation is called addition modulo m. So if you have not seen that lecture modulo group, then before going for this lecture, I suggest you to watch that lecture. I will put the link of that lecture in the description after this after completion of this lecture. So we have to find out left cosets of this set, which we will denote by capital H, and we have to find out left cosets of this subgroup in this group Z4 under addition modulo 4, and we know that Z4 is having 4 elements, 4 equivalence classes generated by 0, 1, 2 and 3, and this is a group under addition modulo 4, and H is given as this subgroup. So they have considered these 2 elements, and this is our set H, and this is a subgroup of Z4 under addition modulo 4, but that we don't have to prove here. We should assume that because they have asked to find out left cosets of this group, this set, it must be a subgroup of given group. So here H is a subgroup of Z4 under addition modulo 4, and we are asked to find out left cosets of this subgroup H under this operation addition modulo 4. So we will use the definition, and we will use this definition. Left coset is given by A star H, where H is any element of H, or we have to consider all possible elements H, and then we will construct this A star H. Here binary operation is addition modulo 4, so this we will replace by this. Now here elements are equivalence classes, so I should write this. I will write in this way: equivalence class generated by A and equivalence class generated by H, and here equivalence class generated by H. Now there are only 2 elements here, and we will start by every element of Z4. First we will determine the equivalence class corresponding to this first element of Z4, then for this one, and this one. So we have to do this work 4 times. So, and I will start with this 0. So the equivalence class corresponding to this element of Z4. So by definition, here operation is addition modulo 4. So instead of this notation, we can use this notation also. Now here value of A is equivalence class generated by 0, and here we write equivalence class generated by H, where this is an element of H. Now there are 2 elements in H, equivalence class generated by 0 and 2. So first we consider this one, so that I have written 0 plus 0, and then 0 plus 2. So this is not 0 plus 2, it is equivalence class generated by 0 addition modulo 4 equivalence class generated by 2. Now this is by definition, we are using this definition: equivalence class generated by A equivalence class generated by B equal to equivalence class generated by A plus B modulo 4. So here we first add these two, 0 plus 0 modulo 4, and for this 0 plus 2 modulo 4. Now this quantity is remainder when A plus B is divided by 4. So this is now 0 modulo 4, that is remainder when 0 is divided by 4, and we know that we will obtain 0. Similarly, remainder when 2 is divided by 4, so we know that we can understand in this way: 2 divided by 4, that is here 0 and 2, so remainder is 2 here. So this equivalence, this left coset has two elements: equivalence class generated by 0 and equivalence class generated by 2. So we must be familiar with this addition modulo 4. Addition modulo 4 is defined in this way. If I take for example, suppose I consider 1 addition modulo 3, then I will have to write down remainder when 1 plus 3 is divided by 4. So 1 plus 3 modulo 4. 1 plus 3 is 4, and remainder when 4 is divided by 4 is 0. So this operation will give me equivalence class generated by 0. Okay, fine. So left coset of this element, left coset of H determined by this equivalence class 0 is having two elements: equivalence class of 0 and equivalence class of 2. Now we have to repeat this same procedure for these three equivalence classes 1, 2 and 3. So now we find out left coset corresponding to the element 1 or equivalence class generated by 1. So again, by definition, this we can write as equivalence class 1 addition modulo 4 H, and by definition we collect this type of elements 1 plus H addition modulo 4, where H belongs to H. So first we take H equal to 0 and then H equal to 2. So this is 1 plus 0, that is 1, and we have to find out remainder when 1 is divided by 4. So that is going to be 1. And similarly, this is 1 plus 2, that is 3, and remainder when 3 is divided by 4 is 3. So in fact, if your number is less than 4, then it will be having same remainder. For example, if I want to find out 3 modulo 4, and because 3 is less than 4, I will directly write 3. Similarly, 2 modulo 4 will be 2, 1 modulo 4 will be 1. So here left coset of H determined by this element is having two elements: equivalence classes generated by 1 and 3. Similarly, we decide the left coset of H determined by this element. So again I repeat the same thing here. Here element is changed. Instead of 1, now we are considering for 2. So 2 plus 0, 2 plus 2. 2 plus 0 is 2 and it is less than 4. So this is going to be 2. And here 2 plus 2 is 4, and remainder when 4 is divided by 4 is 0. So this will give me 0. So this is the equivalence class this is the left coset of H generated or determined by this element. Then we decide the left coset determined by this element 3. So 3H equal to 3 addition modulo 4H. Then by definition we have to write equivalence class of 3 plus addition modulo 4 equivalence class of H, where H belongs to H. Then we take H equal to 0 and 2. 3 plus 0 is 3 modulo 4, and 3 plus 2 is 5 modulo 4. Here 3 is less than 4, so this will give me 3, and 5 modulo 4 means remainder when 5 is divided by 4, so that is going to be 1. So 5 modulo 4 is 1. So in this way we obtain that left cosets of H in G determined by the elements of Z4 are these two: set containing equivalence classes generated by 1, 3 and 0, 2. You can observe here left coset determined by element 3 is 1, 3. Here it is 0, 2 by 2. Then this is the left coset determined by element 1 having two elements 1, 3, and this one 0H is 0, 2. So 0, 2, then 1, 3, then 0, 2, and again 1, 3. So these are the equivalence, these are the left cosets of this subgroup H determined by the elements of given group, which is addition modulo 4 group. So in this way we can obtain the left cosets of a subgroup determined by the elements of given group. So this is all about this session. In the next session we will discuss some properties of cosets of a subgroup. So I hope you like this. Thank you very much.